So we've got a new Spongebob movie. Let's watch it because I haven't watched Spongebob in years. So a little background on me and the Spongebob franchise. I grew up loving Spongebob. I used to watch it all the time. The first movie, I adored that movie so much. After watching this movie, I want to rewatch that movie because it was just such a fantastic movie when I was a kid. So when the trailer came out, and I didn't even know this was a thing until the trailer came out, and we seen that this movie is following Spongebob and Patrick going after Gary after being kidnapped, I immediately went, that sounds like an episode of Spongebob. And then after watching this movie is very like 4 or 5 different episodes of SpongeBob. It's not an original movie. This movie is just, it seems like a carbon copy of 4 or 5 different SpongeBob episodes. It's just those episodes did this premise a lot better than this movie does. The movie itself, the voice casts are all under A game. Of course, the voice casts are the same as the movies or as the TV show, so it feels exactly the same voice cast wise. Animation wise, I wasn't really a fan. And as I've said, I haven't watched SpongeBob in years, so as far as I know, this could be the animation they're using in the TV series, but it just felt really off. It felt too polished, and the animation itself, it is gorgeous, it looks great, it just didn't really feel like SpongeBob to me. But as I said, the animation could be like that for all I know, but I don't. The animation, when I think of SpongeBob, I think of the classic animation, like in the original movie, and then the early season of the TV series up until, I think, 6-7 years ago when I stopped watching it. So I was just really taken back by the animation. Even though I knew what the animation was like going into it, I just was taken back by the design of the animation because it just didn't really feel like SpongeBob. As well, a lot of the jokes don't land. I think I laughed once or twice. A lot of them didn't land, where I remember in the first one, movie wise, I laughed a lot. Now I hope I'm gonna rewatch the movie tonight to see if it was actually as funny as I remember it being. Hopefully it does stick up. As I'm thinking about the first movie, I got so many great memories of just so many different scenes. The music in this, when you kind of imagine, even in the SpongeBob movie 2, Sponge Out of Water I think it was called, I remember there was music in that, and some of the music was decent, not as good as the first movie's music, because the first movie's music was unreal. But none of the music is good. They got covers of, I think they had Livin' La Vida Loca, they had Take On Me, the Titanic song was played at one point. None of the music was great, it was all just covers, which I don't mind, but it didn't really work for me. I would have preferred some original music, especially I would have loved the Gary Come Home song like he sang in that episode. That would have been great to hear that song again. There's a dream sequence in the middle of the movie that just feels so out of place in some kind of western town. It really kind of brought the movie to a halt, and it just really dragged on for 15 minutes, however long it was on. Keanu Reeves in this movie, and I love Keanu Reeves, but he felt massively out of place as well. I also found the movie to be very slow. It's about an hour and a half to get to Atlantic City. I'd say a half an hour into it, and then we go into a montage for, I'd say, another 10 minutes of them just going around Atlantic City, just doing stupid things, and I didn't really work. Seeing the king of Atlantic City, who isn't actually the king, the same one we see in the first movie, this one here, I didn't like him. He's actually voiced by Douglas something from the IT Crowd, which I thought that was pretty cool, but apparently he also voices someone in the other SpongeBob movies, so that was quite weird. But overall the movie, I was kind of let down by it. I went into it not knowing what to expect. I was thinking, oh, another SpongeBob movie. The other two I enjoy, so hopefully this is good. But I found this one to be kind of shit. I really didn't like it. As I said, animation felt weird. The voice cast was all good. The story itself was just generic. It just felt like a couple of episodes. And they have a kind of a flashback scene of some Camp Carol, I think it was called. And it just retcons so much. It's how apparently SpongeBob met Sandy there, even though we actually got to see SpongeBob meeting Sandy in the actual TV series. Everything, it's just they retcon. I always imagined Squidward was in his 40s, SpongeBob was in his 20s, but apparently they grew up the same time, went to the same camp. All this was just terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if this works so well for them that they actually make that a TV series, because it just felt like a pilot to his TV saying, oh yeah, like, did you like that? We can do a whole show of that. But it just felt so out of place in this movie. It retconned so much about the TV series, and I did not like all the flashback scenes with our characters. Overall, this movie though, I'm never going to watch it again. It was massively disappointed. It makes sense why they sold it to Netflix rather than putting it in cinemas, because I was just massively disappointed with this movie, and I don't think I'll ever watch it again. But let me know what you thought of SpongeBob the movie, Sponge on the Run. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, let me know in the comment section down below. Or even which is your favorite SpongeBob movie. For me personally, this is the worst in the SpongeBob trilogy. Hopefully they do another one which would be better than this movie, because I don't think that'd be very hard. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.